Hello, can you take your seats? We'll start in 5 minutes. Yep. Right, Boada, good morning, everyone. Morning. Croeso, welcome to the 2025 Learning Disability and Wales Conference, and the topic this is My Home Matters, and I'm your host today, Richie, and I will be chairing the conference today. About myself, I'm a gig buddy. I like going to gigs, and last year I did 73 gigs in 1 year. I was waiting for that. All right. That was last year. This year, and it's only November, correct? I've done 96. And I'm targeting 100. And I'll do one more thing about myself, then we'll plow on. For my 40th, we did a fundraiser for Gig Buddies called Richie Fest, and we had artists from Bywyn Sia, Lemfec, Morn, Joyce, and we had bands like that, and we raised quite a bit of money for Gig Buddies, and we had merch as well. Thank you. Right, we'll go on now. Today at My Home Matters, we will be looking at where people live, how good their homes are, and the choice they have. We have speakers, films, and famous workshops. You all have a delicate pack that tells you everything there's going, and what workshops you're booked on. If you have not booked on your workshop, please go to register at the break, not now, and make your choice. If any problems during the day, please speak to a member of our staff at the Learning Disability Wales. And they've got red t-shirts at the back, so they know where they are, and so you can see them. Before we start, of course we need to go over a few things, ground rules. The toilets by the teas and coffee areas where you came in on this floor. Please turn the phones off silent or turn them off. And of course, we are live on YouTube. We are filming, so please do not swear. And photos will be taken during the day. If you do not want to be have your photo taken, please tell someone from the Learning Disability Wales. There is a quiet room in the Pulse room, a little bit, just off the exhibition area. Use it whenever you need. We need to say thank you, a big thank you, to the organisations that have sponsored our conference today. They are Wales and West Housing, Pub, Drive, is it Level? Yeah, thank you. And, I forgot that famous one. What was it? First Choice Housing? I don't know who are they, but they've seen them. And right. I would now like to invite kind of a magnet to me. Zoe Richards, a CEO of Learning Disability Wales, on the stage to say a few words.
try and keep my Merthyr Tydfil accent for you down in the south this week. So welcome, I'm Zoe Richards, I'm CEO at Learning Disability Wales. It's wonderful to see such a packed room here this morning with so many people. And our conference is a chance to celebrate the wonderful, vibrant learning disability community that we have in Wales. And it's really important during this time that we do celebrate all of the organisations that come together to support people with a learning disability in Wales. And when we thought about thinking about the choice for our conference, what theme would we have? My Home Matters was a really obvious choice. And there were two reasons for that. And the first was the Stolen Lives campaign, and the campaign that was organised primarily by a group of parents to ensure that nobody with a learning disability in Wales calls their home a hospital. And that's really, really important. The campaign launched, and the campaign has been part of a task group to write a report, and the report will be released before the end of the year. And the Minister reported that one person living in a hospital in Wales is one person too many. So that campaign come together to recognise the absolute importance for people with a learning disability of having a home and calling a place their own. And the second reason was because the sector is really, really struggling at the moment. We have a world-class sector that came together 40 years ago to support people to live independently as people came out of institutions. And our sector has been the pride of certainly the UK nation for a long, long time. But the sector at the moment is really struggling. And there are two things that are really challenging the sector at the moment, and that's the hike in the national insurance contribution and the real living wage. And those two things are making it really, really difficult for organisations to exist and support people who have a learning disability. So it's our call from the conference on Welsh Government to ensure that organisations supporting people with a learning disability are recognised both in what they do and the quality of the service they provide, but also financially, and that the Welsh Government finds the funds to ensure that people with a learning disability are supported excellently in Wales, and that we have a Wales that people with a learning disability live wonderfully. Richie mentioned that all of our staff are wearing Learning Disability Wales Red t-shirts today, and there are 3 people in the room who unfortunately don't work for us and have come wearing red. So I do apologise to you if you have a million questions asked of you today, but have a go. Answer the questions as you wish. Okay, 1 second and I'll come back to your question. What is your question? Do you like fruit salads?
I love salads.
There's a big tub of them up the back for you, okay? So in your break, get up to the fruit salads on the Gig Buddy stand. They were my favourite sweets. Okay, the other job of mine today is to launch the annual report. We have to do an annual report for the Charities Commission, and it's quite a boring read, really, because it's got lots of facts and figures. But what we do to complement that is we provide an annual report full of pictures and what we've been up to throughout the year. And we had a really good year. We said goodbye to some projects and released new projects during the year. And we said goodbye to our Engage to Change project, which was a project to ensure that young people in Wales between the ages of 16 and 25 entered into meaningful employment. And that project ran for 8 years. So you can read about the legacy of that project in our annual report. Our ever popular Gig Buddies work is in the annual report for you to have a look at, and our Easy Read service also, and news on the things that we were doing. So please pick up a copy from the back table there of our annual report and have a look. We've got a lovely pull-out section in the middle that talks about the numbers, what did we achieve in numbers, and the rest of the report is really accessible and draws out the highlights. So have a look at that when you've got time. I do want to say a final thank you to our sponsors. our sponsors, Welsh Government, who fund us as an organisation, so they're our primary funder as an organisation. And our event sponsors today, who are Pobl, Drive, First Choice Housing, Lovell. And our headline sponsor is Wales and West Housing. And I'm going to invite Louise to the stage to say a few words on behalf of Wales and West Housing. So thank you very much. Enjoy your day and welcome Louise.
Croeso pawb, welcome all. It's a privilege to be here. My name is Louise Webster. I work for Wales and West Housing Association. We are, along with others, proud sponsors of this year's Learning Disability Wales conference, both here in Swansea and in North Wales last week. I know from speaking to my colleagues that attended the event in North Wales last week that they had a blast, thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm sure we all will today in Swansea. Today's conference is about housing, homes, and the choices people have about where they live, and all of these are important to us at Wales and West Housing. We are proud of our role as housing provider, building, maintaining safe, warm, energy efficient and affordable homes for people to live in. A home is so much more than bricks and mortar. It's a foundation upon which to build life of stability and opportunity. We are equally proud of the work we do to enable our residents to live rewarding and fulfilling lives. A number of our residents who live in our properties have a learning disability and receive support from our staff to help maintain homes and live independently. We also manage a significant number of innovative supported housing solutions for people with a range and varied needs. Being able to live independently is something which should be open to everyone. Whether it's through the homes we build, the support provided by our staff, and the array of partner organisations that are here today, we can make a difference. We hope that we can play a part in helping Learning Disability Wales achieve their mission of making Wales the best place in the world for people with a learning disability to live, learn, love and work. I hope you enjoyed the day. Diolch, and I'll now hand you back to the great host, which is Richie.
Well, thank you, Zoe. It won't be the first time I say that today. And thank you, Louise. And now we are now going to be joined by another Richard, not me, but Richard Cox Thomas from Ategi. Richard is going to be talking about shared lives. So please say hello to Richard.
Morning. I'm just waiting on Pip. She's just making her way to the front now. Bore da and croeso. Good morning and welcome everybody. I'm Richard, I'm from Ategi, and I've come today to talk to you a little bit about shared lives. And I'll let Pip introduce herself.
I'm Pip. I'm Pip, and I'm with Share Lives, and I go out with my carer, my carer's cousin. We took out to different places, to Swansea. I go to the Elvis conventions. I go to, I've been to Liverpool. I've been to London. I've also been to
Swansea?
Swansea, yeah. I've also been to Coronation Street and Emmerdale. I've been to many places, but I've been to Capel.
So would you say that
And the Elvis one, I love it.
Living with your carer,
Yeah.
would you say that you live the life that you want to live?
Yes,
You get-
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you get the choices that you want to make?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And how long have you lived with your carer?
Oh, 10 or 11 years, something like that now. 13 years.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun. It's me, my birthday too.
Oh, thank you, Pip.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm here today just to tell you a little bit about Shared Lives. It's your home, your choice. And I think Pip has very eloquently explained that, you know, it is her life and it is her choice. So Oteghi's been going, I've gone backwards, since 1994, and we're a charity. Our strapline is that we support people to live their best lives their way. And we've got 3 services, and our main service is Shared Lives. We also have services in supported living and community support. We've got 5 strategic priorities, and they are to provide quality support to everybody. We want to be a great place to work for and work with. We want to position ourselves to be future fit. And making sure that we're financially robust to be able to continue to provide the right support. And we want to embrace co-production and influence in everything that we do. So there's every person that we support them individually, recognising strengths, abilities, goals and aspirations, which is always underpinned by our 5 values. So our values in a nutshell are that we're ambitious. We enable everybody that we support, our employees and our carers, to be successful. We're inclusive. We recognise and we welcome and value differences. That's really important. And we're fair. We're authentic. We're fair and we're honest. And we always act with integrity. We're kind. We're considerate of others in everything that we do. We personalise our approach to be the best that it can be. And we're collaborative, we're curious, we work and we listen and we learn with everybody that we work with for continuous improvement. So what is Shared Lives? Just out of curiosity, can you just show me your hands if you've heard of Shared Lives before? Oh, this is brilliant. It's about 50%. Last week it was about 3% of the audience.
That's good.
So yeah, it's amazing.
It is, actually.
So,
That's what we need.
there we go. So Shared Lives is for adults who need that little bit of extra support and who would benefit from living in a home family environment. It's a bit like foster care, but it's for adults. And I'm hoping that in the future we can turn that around. So when somebody says, well, what's foster care? You know, I can turn around and say, well, it's like Shared Lives, but it's for children. We will get there.
Like British Rail, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Just like British Rail. So, within Shared Lives, there's 3 different types of support, which we call arrangements. We've got long-term support, short break support, and we have shared days as well. Long-term is when somebody moves in and lives with a carer for, you know, a long time. You know, could be a few months, it could be more than 13 years.
You never know.
You never know. For as long as it works
And I'm
for
happy,
everybody.
that's the main thing.
There we
So
go.
I got a good life.
Short breaks is what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Bit of respite. You know, it might be an overnight, it might be a weekend, it could be a week or 2 weeks. And then shared days is when somebody is supported by a Shared Lives carer during the daytime. And Pip, I think, is a great example. Pip has all 3 of those arrangements. She's greedy. So you live with your long-term carer.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Paula.
Yeah.
You have short breaks and
Yeah.
shared days with Patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that works
Paula's
really
cousin,
well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Every arrangement between a carer and a person using the service is as unique as they are. So if I received the service, it'd be very different to if you were receiving that service as well. So what do Shared Lives carers do? What don't they do, innit?
They do all sorts.
They do all sorts, yeah, and it's
Yeah,
different
we
all
do.
the time.
Yeah.
So Shared Lives carers offer adults a place in their own home as part of their family. They
Parties are gone. Yeah.
what else do you do? What else? What does Paula and Patch do for you? How do they help you? Do you want a microphone?
Yes, please. I also sing, but I won't sing. I might sing an Elvis song in a minute.
Maybe later.
Maybe later, yeah.
So how does Paula and Patch help you? What do they do for you?
They take me out.
Yeah.
I go to different places. We meet up with friends. And, yeah.
Do they help you with your money and your finances?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. And your medication?
Yeah,
Brilliant, brilliant.
that's what it's all about.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. So Shared Lives carers support people to live
Yeah.
independent, full lives.
Like me.
Like you. You were late today because you've got a full life.
I am. Yeah.
They help people develop new
It's a long
skills
way to
and develop existing skills as well,
Yeah.
and work towards any aspirations and goals that they may have.
Yeah.
We match people with Shared Lives carers, and it's really important that we do match really well.
We do.
We look at likes and needs and then select carers who we think would be a good match. We share carer profiles with people so that they can decide if they want to meet them and want to progress into an arrangement.
They're a good team, I must say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll pay you later.
Okay.
So once somebody's been introduced, we
Yeah,
arrange
okay.
lots of visits, lots of feedback sessions and discussions to make sure that it is the right match and that everybody's happy, and that that you've got a choice. Then we arrange more visits, more feedback, and more sessions and discussions until we get it right, until we're absolutely sure. Louise put it nicely earlier. She said that home isn't just four walls, bricks and mortar. It's not just that's around you. It's where somebody feels safe, secure and happy and part of something bigger. Do you feel happy and secure, Pip?
Yes, I do.
Yeah? Marvellous.
I've got a lot of friends, so
Brill. So, everybody got human rights and it's about real life. Yeah, being safe, being well supported, being included, choosing where you want to live and how you want to live your life. I understand, Pep, that before you moved in long-term with Paula, you lived with another carer, and that had to end. That had to end.
Yeah.
But I'm on the understanding that you actually made the decision and that you wanted to live with Paula before anybody else considered that.
Yeah.
You went to your social worker and said, I want to live with Paula.
Yeah.
And you spoke to Paula and asked
I
Paula.
did. Yeah,
So
she said yes. So
it was very little
been there
input
ever
from
since.
us. Paula sort of arranged her own, Pip arranged her own arrangement with Paula, which is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So what Shared Lives does, or what Shared Lives carers do, is
At
they
least
help.
you know now what it's all about.
Shared Lives carers are there for the person that they support. They listen.
They do.
Have I gone back? Yeah. They help people build skills, achieving personal goals, sharing successes. That's really important. You mentioned, Pip, about parties and things. So you're included in all family
Definitely.
activities.
I know a question.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
Maria.
I used to parties and fetes and box in the barbecues, and I had loads of white mice, pink mice and brown mice.
Fantastic. You'll have to share some of the details later. That'd be great. Carers help with budgeting. And, Shared Lives is often used as a stepping stone for more independent living. And what the carer will do is help the person to move when they're ready, you know, and build those skills ready. Pip, I don't want you to be embarrassed now, but we recently made a video. So we're gonna show this.
I was told today, yeah.
We're gonna show this little video
I don't
now,
mind.
if that's
Yeah.
okay. There we go. Not yet. Oh,
Hopefully, yeah.
almost.
Nearly there. We're getting somewhere.
Sorry, there's a technical problem. We'll show it later. That's absolutely
Oh
fine.
wow,
Sorry.
it's one of those things, isn't it, today?
There we go. We'll hold into that, Pip.
Thank
we will
you.
hold into that. Yeah, so what I was going to say is that Shared Lives is one of the best kept secrets, but as over 50% of everybody have heard of it, it's not so much of a secret in South Wales areas, which is great. But thank you very much for listening to us. I
Thank
hope
you.
it's given you a bit of a brief.
Again.
There we go.
Thank you.
Please do visit our website and look at our YouTube channel where you'll find some lovely videos. And if you do that, please do subscribe, like and share to get Shared Lives out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
No, that was great. Thank you, Rich. Now, we got a small agenda to this edition. How can I announce this? I now want to invite to the stage a dear friend of mine, a legend in his own right. A legend in Gig Buddies, the one, the only, Sir Kai Jones. Before Kai takes over the joint, Kai is the development officer for Gig Buddies Company.
I need that as well. Shemai, hello everyone. We want to highlight the incredible impact that First Choice Housing has had on Gig Buddies.
First Choice Housing helped us to launch Gig Buddies in 2018 in Cardiff and in North Wales 2020, 5 years ago. They funded Gig Buddies from the very start, way up to this year. The funding has helped people with a learning disability to have friendships and go out at night and enjoy the things that they love.
But just as important is the support and friendship we have had from all the staff at First Choice Housing.
I agree on that. First Choice staff have always gone the extra mile, no pun intended. And even ran the Cardiff Half Marathon for Gig Buddies. No, you haven't, Laura, but maybe next year. We want to say we will always be thankful to First Choice for helping us to grow Gig Buddies into the strong and popular project it is now. And I hope it's not working, but here's a video that shows some of the many, many highlights that Gig Buddies have had thanks to the partnership with First Choice.
show that one again later as well. Sorry. Sorry about that. Can someone ask Richie to come back? Kai, we're going to have to show it later. The sound isn't working. The sound is not working. We're going to show it later. Richie?
One down. One down. Yeah. Down. You want it? Me? Hold on then.
Today's the day I love YouTube. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know it says Richard, but it says thank you very much, Kai, for that introduction and that thing about Gig Buddies. We are now joined by Louise from Where I Want to Live. They will be updating us on the toolkit to help people talk about make decisions about where they want to live. Please welcome Louise.
Bawda, good morning. We're not all Louise, but we'll do our introductions in a moment.
I'm definitely
Where's Zoe? Yeah, Zoe, you're right about the vibrant community. What a vibrant conference as well. So very, very pleased to be here. Good to see you all. Last year we were here running a workshop. So some of you may have met us then. And when I heard the theme for this year, My Home Matters, I thought, yeah, our homes really, really matter. So I was delighted that we were invited back. Thank you very much to Learning Disability Wales. So, have I got the clicker? Oh, it's on the floor. I've got a bad back, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and today we're going to be talking to you about a digital toolkit that empowers people with learning disabilities to discuss and share their thoughts about where and how they live their adult lives. I'm presenting today. I'm Louise. You've been introduced to me already, really. I'm a co-founding trustee and acting CEO of the charity Where I Want to Live. Our vision is of a country where adults with learning disabilities have a real choice about where and how they live. And we'll get there one day, I'm confident. It might take some time, but we absolutely will get there. And we also have today...
My name is Rhys Ainon. I'm with Pembrokeshire People First as its citizen champion for the arts and communities. I was introduced to Where I Want to Live about 2-3 years ago.
2 years probably, yeah.
So, and I've been supporting this project since. Yeah.
Since then, really, isn't it? Yeah, we'll tell a bit more about that later.
You want to go to the back so I can show a picture of Alessandra?
Sorry. So my name is Roberto Morelli. I'm the chair of the charity. Probably the most important thing is that I am her dad. That always cheers me up whenever I see that smiley face. But it's through the process of empowering Alessandra, that's her name, to find a place to live in supported living, and how happy she now is on that together with Louise and a number of other trustees, we decided to start off Where I Want to Live, because the process was quite tricky, quite bureaucratic, but the result was so fantastic that we thought that it'd be just the right thing to do for everybody to have the opportunity to go through and have a life like Alessandra has just now. And I think it's important that we looked at the background to the whole thing, how it worked or how it didn't work in a lot of situations, and see what we could do to help. And I think we've gone quite a long way towards establishing a process, a toolkit that Louise will tell you about, that we think will make a massive difference to the learning disabled community going forward. So
thank you.
Hopefully I'll have a chance to speak to you all towards the end of the presentation. So we go back.
Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, so today we want to talk to you about the project. So it's a collaboration between Where I Want to Live, the charity, and Conway and Pembrokeshire councils. Now, and you'll notice here we've got Pembrokeshire and Conway logos on there, and also the project was funded by Improvement Cymru. It's important that I tell you about that. We'll also today be talking to you about next steps. So we'll be talking about the project so far and our next steps. Okay, so our starting point, when we first met with Pembrokeshire and Conway, they both told us that they're looking for improved planning and a development of accommodation to meet local need. They really do want to work towards full co-production of supported living. And to do that, they need increased knowledge and data for future planning. So that was our kind of starting point, really, for the project. And the other thing that I've included on this on this slide, is that the Learning Disability Strategic Action Plan, 2022 to 2026, so it's coming towards an end, makes it really clear that voice and control in housing and accommodation decision-making is a strategic priority. I know 7.3 very well. I don't know quite how I'm going to bore people next year when the plan's finished, but 7.3 is critical to us. Okay. So we start at the start. We realise that there's huge amounts of good work going on in terms of finding future accommodation. You know, we haven't got enough housing. There's a lot of good work going on. But we wanted to take a step back and say, look, how do we actually find out what people really, really want? So working with people in Pembrokeshire and Conway, and Rhys has just alluded to that for us, we worked with people in Wales to make a fun way for people with learning disabilities to discuss and share their thoughts about their adult lives. And you can see here a list of people that we work with. So obviously front and centre, young people. We particularly focused on people aged 14 to 35. The reason for that is that if the conversations are not happening by the time people get to 14, they really need to be. And 35 is a time when, if their parents are ageing, and it's quite likely that if the conversation's not happening by then, it's even more critical. It's potentially a little bit of a cliff edge at that point. But it doesn't exclude people over 35, and that's really important for us to say, because we're saying that people should have choice throughout their whole lives in exactly the same way that everybody does. So we're not excluding, but when you have a look at the toolkit, you'll see that it's got an avatar on there. It's a bit of a gamification, and that doesn't actually suit everybody. But as our starting point, we're really looking at 14 to 35. We work with some families, local authorities, housing providers. Now that was interesting to hear about First Choice Housing, because First Choice Housing were the housing provider that worked with us. So bigging up First Choice Housing today. I don't know if anybody's here from First Choice Housing. Hi, thank you. Health boards, Public Health Wales, education providers, care providers and advocacy services. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Rhys now.
So what have we found from the toolkit, the project? So it has demonstrated that engagement with the toolkit empowers people. It helps people with learning disabilities understand what options they have. It allows them to express where and how they want to live their lives. The first version of the toolkit is, as I speak, available to use right now.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, sorry.
So, what are the benefits of this toolkit, you might ask? Well, it starts conversations. You know, even friends, family, co-workers, colleagues, whoever. Like, I was talking with my colleague Mark about this toolkit yesterday. You know, talking about each question and what we liked about it. So the next thing is control. You overall, regardless of who you talk to, or whether you're doing it by yourself even, you are in charge of it. No one else. No one else gets to dictate how you answer the questions in the toolkit. So it is a good idea to use this often, even when you don't plan to move. There's a saying, so it's good idea to have something with you, even if you never use it, then to be in a situation where you need that thing but you don't have it. Hope that makes sense. So, you know, and it acts as a reminder that there's nothing wrong with changing minds. You know, it's okay to be like, I don't feel like moving out now, but then in a few years from now, you might change your mind. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and the other great thing, you can use it whenever you want and how often you like. So, and anyone can help you with this. So, if you feel like you want to talk to someone about it, you know, family, friends, you know, it's up to you. And because it's on the internet, that means all your questions that you answer, they will be recorded. And with these records, you can use as a reference for the next time you use the toolkit. So you can compare what your answers were now to what you've done or said previously.
Okay, thank you, Ruth. So hopefully you started to kind of get the gist of what the toolkit's about, and you saw on this slide here there are some pictures there of screenshots of the toolkit, and you can see you can use it on telephone, desktop, or laptop or tablet. So it's adaptable. Okay, so because it's in digital, and what we realised very early on, whilst the priority has always been to empower people with learning disabilities, we realised that an unintended consequence is that we'll have an information bank of the needs and wishes of young people with learning disabilities expressed by themselves. And that's so powerful. And just imagine over time this would be such a significant resource for those involved in the provision of care, education and housing. And also provides the evidence to plan and deliver services, whether that's education. My background is in education, and you know, if only I really knew what the people that at the college want, then I could plan the curriculum around it. Imagine the evidence that I would have for Eston. And on a larger scale, imagine the evidence that a local authority would have to plan housing. So that is certainly not, it's not the reason we exist, but it certainly is a really important consequence of the work. Okay. So moving on to findings of the project. So co-production, like I say, we worked with a whole range of people, and we had 22 people in our advisory group. So the co-production is a highly effective way to create a toolkit that is person-centred and sustainable. And this next bit's really important because we were able to complement the objectives of personal and professional support networks. So all the people around every person with a learning disability that are offering support, some people have legal tutors, some more, but what we found is that the toolkit complements all of them, which was over and above really, because when we set out, we certainly, our aim was to make sure that we didn't conflict, but actually it complemented, so it was a really fabulous outcome. And the reason it complemented is because the toolkit was co-produced. And also the other finding is that the third sector is an effective vehicle for managing such projects, because the focus is wholly on the person-centred vision. We, as an organisation, have a very clear vision and we're focusing on one thing, and we don't have other service pressures. So as a third sector, we're able to really focus ourselves very clearly. Aha, Roberta, I need to invite you back. Move your sheet there. You have to take it because it will come off.
Oh, I don't know how to use that thing.
I'll do it down here.
All right, okay, so the challenges going forward. I mean, I think probably the most important thing is that over the past couple of years or so, we found unanimous positive response to this. Everybody loves it. Everybody thinks it's great. And the parallel I have is this digital ID card where, you know, it's like Marmite. Some people want it, some people hate it. Some people, but with this one, everybody wants it because it is something that stays with the young person. It's almost like a passport. You know, they will change over. I mean, even my daughter, she's very happy, but every now and again, she changes the toolkit because she's fed up with the person she's sharing with. You know, so it's not a one-off thing. You know, you get them into a property that they want, and then that's it. That's them for life. It's not a one-off thing. It stays with them for life. And the other important thing is that one of the comments that we tend to get from people with learning disabilities is they have to repeat the same story over and over and over again to the care workers, to the GP, to their teachers, to their families. And this provides a one-stop place where everybody can have an input with their child, their care worker, whoever it is, and gradually a picture begins to develop. And our intention is never to want people to move for the sake of it. It's so important to have a plan B. And I certainly found it in my family because Alessandra was never part of the conversation at the kitchen table about where you're going to live. The other kids were all planning where they're going to live, who with, and all. But Alessandra was never involved. The empowering force that this toolkit gives to the young person and everybody around them to start planning 5, 10, 15 years from now, not in crisis. And what we found is that so much of the effort now is managing crisis. Things happen. And you've got no plan B. You just don't know what. Part of the reason people go to hospital because there's nothing. Nobody knew what they wanted, who they were going to go to, and what our toolkit is a long-term toolkit. It provides the map for everybody to be able to start planning, the families, the young person to start thinking ahead, and making long-term provision. As Louise alluded to, there's a lot of data that comes out of it. And data is so important. Nowadays, data is the force of the future. I mean, we just can't avoid it. We might not like it, but it's there. Everybody needs data. And people with learning disabilities are a data-poor minority. You know, they don't have access to it. Everybody else has. Everybody goes on the internet. We all do. People with learning disabilities don't. And this is some way of improving that backdrop. And it's not just where you want to live, it's how you want to live. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to work? You know, what transport do you acquire? You know, what sport do you like to do? All these things matter. And unless they are recorded in some ways, planners don't have a chance to be able to work towards that objective for the young person. All the stakeholders are involved, okay? Whether you're a care worker, whether you're a doctor, whether you're the family, whoever it is, they're all involved in the decision making. And the point that, as well, Louise made, they all have a practical reason to be involved, but they also have a moral, in a lot of cases, they have a legal duty. They have a legal duty to talk to the young person, to get some sort of view about what it is that the young person wants. And our toolkit provides exactly what they require. We've been also employed by Impact, which is an organization UK-wide, which is about improving adult social care just generally. And for them, data is the key thing. It's the scalability of the whole thing. It's the ability to be able to influence decision-making way into the future and not be constantly fighting fires and crisis management. We know, I know personally, but everybody knows that, you know, crisis is part of life. I mean, you cannot avoid crisis. Crisis will always happen. We can't negate them. But we can help manage the crisis. And I think having a plan B or even a plan C is a good step towards that. Do you want to say a few more words, Reece, before?
Sure. So, yeah. So, yeah, where next? Embedded. So, for this toolkit to work, for it to be more efficient, this is where we ask you, the audience, to use it, to engage with it. There is no better time for you to use it. This is your chance to say your choice. To say in how, and most importantly, where you want to live. The more engagement you have with our toolkit, it means more empowerment to you. It means more development of property and in investment ideas, but also better improvement in the toolkit from feedback. So that you might see something in the questions and be like, hold on, this doesn't make sense. What I mean is, the more engagement you have, the better the kit will be, and everyone benefits from it. So this is your time, your choice. You get to decide where you want to live.
Thank you very much, Reece. That's a really powerful message there. So, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How is the toolkit accessed by other agencies, or you've mentioned healthcare, social care, education, housing, etc.
So the tool.
How do you actually share? How do other people input, like the GP, for instance, or if it's a hospital admission?
Yeah. So the toolkit is situated as a pop-up on our website. So if you just search where I want to live, you'll see the first thing that you see on the website is the toolkit. The toolkit is always for the person with a learning disability to complete. And mostly, in fact almost always, with the support of somebody else. So when you have a look at the toolkit, you'll see that we really encourage those conversations and encourage the support, because we have found that people respond very differently depending on who's supporting them. So in an education setting, I've seen it so many times where people have said, I want to live with my friends, and then you get into a review meeting the next day and they say, and then mum says, you want to come home, don't you? And those kind of conversations. So it's always about the young person. The young person is the only person, other than the charity of course, that can access all of their data. So if a teacher supports 20 people in their class to use the toolkit, then they can see the information that those 20 people have put in with them. They can't see what those 20 people have said at home to mum or to sibling or to social worker. It's available, free to use, no obligations on our website now, and so we encourage the use.
So maybe just worth mentioning also that we anonymize the data, so that if an outside stakeholder wants to have a look, which is say Welsh-wide, and they want to know exactly how many people in Swansea would like to move to Cardiff, for example, for whatever reason, they can look at that, but they won't know their names. They'll just get the data. Okay, so and this is quite important, because it's making sure that, first of all, this is privileged information for the young person. This is their data. Okay, and that's what we, and I think that's very, very important, because we don't want to get into a situation where stakeholders can take advantage. All right, so everything's anonymized. And that's particularly important because we're a charity. I think because we're a charity, we're able to do that. We have no vested interest apart from helping the young person. That's it. The moment we start getting sponsorship and funding from other organizations, then the whole thing gets a little bit too muddled up. We're very clear.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Does that answer your question? Yeah. Yeah, maybe we could have a chat over lunch. It'd be great. Is there another question at the back there? Yeah. I'm really sorry, I can't. Yeah, okay, good question. Thank you very much. I'm going to take us back a slide, because when Roberto was talking, we're saying despite the unanimously positive feedback for the appetite for the toolkit, it has been a challenge for the workforce to change practice. So that's a really important question, and one of the reasons that we've been invited back today, because we now have the first phase of a really great toolkit that's been co-produced as anonymous. It really does get the conversation started. But what we're finding is that it's a challenge for the workforce to change the behaviour. So our next stage now, which is Rhys's kind of plea really at the end there, is we need to get people using it, because once we get people using it, then we start to see the benefit to the individuals and also the data.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be also worth mentioning that one of the reasons the young people with learning disabilities don't tend to have a loud voice is that the stakeholders make it so that they fall between different stools. Okay, so is it the NHS issue? Well, I said, well, no, it's the social worker. The social worker said, well, actually, we didn't know. Maybe at school they should have done that. You know, they should have done this, and the whole thing gets muddled up. Nobody really knows who should be responsible for it. Our view is that everybody's responsible. Everybody's responsible, and everybody, to a large extent, has got a legal obligation to do so. But by and large, they tend to look over their shoulder at somebody else. Okay, so because the toolkit is able to be addressed by the young person together with a teacher, or together with a GP, or together with their nurse, or social worker, care practitioner, whatever it is, we get into a situation now where we can get a really good picture. But it has to be, I wouldn't say a statutory requirement, but it should be, there should be a little bit more momentum from central government, actually, because this doesn't cost anything, right? We are providing it free of charge, and we find it amazing that the reason is sort of like, oh, come on, we'll take this on, we'll do it, because the implications are so positive for all involved. There's no negatives to it at all. There's not even a cost issue. In fact, if anything, there's a cost-saving issue, because by the time you start getting planning involved and you start getting we have some data already, it's great. I mean, but we need central government, and also we're a small charity. There's basically myself and Louise that go around, and there's only the greatest will in the world. There's only so many tea rooms, coffee mornings we can go to. This should be something that should be much more central. And also the other important thing is that where people want to live, a lot of the time, bypasses county barriers, bypasses city barriers. They want to move somewhere else in Wales, or so the whole thing is actually a much broader question.
It's a big win for digital, isn't it?
It's a big win for digital, a big win for everybody, to be fair.
Does that answer your question? I'm just conscious of time. Sorry. Yeah, maybe we could have a chat at lunch. That'd be brilliant. Thank you. Look out for each other. No. I think we've got time for one more question. We don't have time for another question.
Go.
Could we catch up at lunch? Would that be okay? I can't hear.
Would you? Sorry.
They don't have access, or they do?
They don't.
They don't, okay. Yeah, well, that's how we're here now, really. Our next steps are looking for local projects where we can get out and about, and really, as Roberto said, we're a small charity, local projects to get out and about so that we can support embedding, rather than just a conversation such as the one we're having today.
But yeah, that's an absolutely good question.
Doesn't even to change their practice.
It's a very good question, but sometimes also it's libraries have internet, so we found in different ways in which people can access.
But we're addressing it at a local level. Thank you very much.
Let me drop this. Right. Thank you, Louise, Roberto and Rhys, for that presentation. Now it's time to take a break. Not Kit Kat. Please visit our exhibition during the break and go to your workshops after the break. Right, welcome back everyone. We hope you have enjoyed your first workshop and lunch. We are now joined by our friends from Hijinks. They will be sharing some drama with you, and there will be a chance to get involved. Here to tell you more are Ben, Gresham and Gareth.
Hello everyone, hi. Hello. Hi. Is this on? Hello, oh yes, hi. Hello, thank you Richard. My name is Ben, I'm Artistic Director at Hijinks Theatre, and I have with me today... You've got a mic.
Yeah, okay, yes, my name is Gareth Hopkins, I'm a professional actor with autism, and I'm one of the actors of Hijinks.
My name's Krishan and I work as a creative coordinator with Hijinks Down West.
Thank you very much. We've got a short scene to show you today. Yes, and gather your feedback on. But before we do that, obviously we've just been for lunch, so I imagine we're feeling a little bit lethargic. Who had sausage? Hands up if you had sausage. Hands up if you had fish. Hands up if you had both. Ooh, phew. Great. So we're going to do a little warm-up to wake us up a bit after that lovely lunch, which Gareth is going to lead. But if you, first of all, if you would like to, could you stand? If you prefer not to, that is also fine. You can participate in the warm-up, whether standing or sitting.
Okay, so what we're going to do, everybody, if you can, is you're going to wave your hand like this. Alright? And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you know it, next hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you move to the fingers again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're going to go in 2, so it'll be 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. And it gets faster as it goes on. And to finish up, all you need to do is reach down to the ground, go, whoa.
And that's when we shout funky chicken.
Yes, that's when we shout funky chicken. So, is everyone ready? Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Great. Okay. Fabulous. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for participating in that so enthusiastically. Brilliant. So the scene today, I'll just introduce our characters so you get a bit more knowledge on that. So Gareth will be playing Charlie. Ooh. So Charlie has recently moved into supported housing from his mum's house. Okay, so he's just moved into this new house. And then we also have Alex, who will be played by Krishan. And Krishan is a support worker in the house. As you're watching the scene, I'd like you to think about what is happening, what is good, what is bad in the scene, but also what is it that Charlie wants? What does he want from this situation? Maybe, who knows? So we're going to watch the scene, and then after the scene, once we've seen it once, I'll have a little chat with you, and we'll see if you've had some thoughts on what it is that Charlie wants from this situation. Great.
Oh, what a day. What's up with you?
I'm trying to book a holiday.
Holiday?
Yeah, it's not working.
Where do you want to go?
Tenby.
Tenby? It's not very exciting, is it?
Well, it is for me. It's my first holiday with my friends.
It's a bit dull if you ask me. Do you know where I went last year?
Vegas. Yeah, you told me. Mate, I'm trying to book it, but I can't get into my bank.
But you probably just got the wrong password.
I'm sure that was the right one.
Well, clearly not. You know, you need to write them down somewhere. It's quite easy. I do it all the time.
I'm trying to book a hotel before it gets full up, though.
Well, can I get your mum to book it for you?
Oh, no. I don't want to ask my mum to book it. I want to book it myself. I want to be independent.
All right. Well, what do you expect me to do about it? No, all right. You need to phone the bank. Get them to reset it.
Oh, no. I don't like to go to the bank on the phone.
Oh, come on. You're the one who wants to be independent. You know, that means managing your money.
Well, you know, this is a little bit new to me, and I was wondering you could help me with it.
Give it here. Hello? Oh, hi, yeah, I wonder if you can help. I'm calling on behalf of Charlie Thomas. Yeah, he's been locked out of his account. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a learning disability and I'm a support worker. Yeah? Okay, no problem. I do want to have a word with you. Yes! Well, just do it!
Hello. Yeah, that's right. 6'2".
Oh, remembers that one. Hello? Yep. Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Right. They're going to email you the link.
But I don't use email. I've got my password.
Oh, well, you're going to have to start using your email if you want to be independent.
Well, my mum used to.
Oh, right. Well, you need to go into the branch. Yep, but my shift is nearly finished now, so you'll have to go with Julie.
But the one on the high street is closed.
Oh, well, I don't know. Look, this isn't really my job. You know...
Well, I do try to find track all the passwords.
Yeah, but it's not just the passwords, though, is it? You know, Julie said you lost your bus pass and your bank card last week.
Well, yeah, I left it on the bus.
You know, supported living isn't for everyone.
What?
Well, I'm just saying, it's not for everyone.
But it's taken me a long time to get this house, and I like living with my friends, and I just want to make my mum proud.
Yeah, but it's not for everyone. You know, I'm sure your mum wouldn't mind if you needed to move back home.
Look, I just need some help.
Yeah, well, look, I gotta get off now, but Julie will be here soon, so, you know, you can have a chat with her. You know, I'm sure it'll be okay. You know, just maybe try not to lose anything else. You'd lose your head if it wasn't screwed on.
Excuse me?
Yeah, well, I'll be off then. Ta-ra.
Thank you very much, and thank you to our actors here. So that is our scene here, our example. Just to say that this piece, all of the pieces you see when we do these forum pieces, they are developed with our actors, and this particular piece was developed with our actors in North Wales. So it is from stories that they've shared or stories that they've heard from amongst their peers. It's not just one story, it's often an amalgamation of stories come together to create the example that we have for you here. So, just a show of hands, who in the audience believes this to be a positive example or a positive interaction for Gareth? Yeah, one. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Who believes it to be a fair interaction for Gareth? A couple of people, yeah. And who believes it to be a negative interaction? Okay, most people. So Gareth didn't really get what he wanted from this situation. Yeah. So what is it that Gareth wanted? Might be a number of things. Who wants to share some of that? What you think it is? Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. Hello, I'm Pasha. So I think the character that this young man played, Charlie, he wanted to be very independent, but in that situation he felt so uncomfortable, and I can tell that by his facial expressions and by his body language, he was really he really wants this to happen, because, I agree with that lady who did the support worker, said that supporting living might not be for everyone. That's completely understandable. But in my perspective, I believe that people with learning disabilities should have a chance to become more independent and to try their best, but also surround themselves with people who will help them into the right direction. That's what I believe.
Fantastic. Fantastic contribution. Thank you. Pasha, yes? Yeah. Pasha, brilliant. So I'm just going to reel back to the start. So yes, he wants to be independent. He wants to be independent. But all of the information you gave us there was fantastic. I'm going to come back to that point in a little bit. Brilliant. Yes. Just so everyone's aware, we have Michael here who has a microphone and is able to come to you in the audience if you'd like to speak. Michael, would you like to come to this lady back here who's got her hand up? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Claire. I don't know.
Okay, do you want to try again? Try and okay. Okay. There's a lady at the front here.
I come from a supported living house, and I'm trying to be more independent. I know how he feels. We got nice carers, and I want to have a person of my own in the future one day. That I think I can do it on my own, because I wanted to do it, because I'm more able to do things on my own, just like Charlie wanted to do. I said, thank you very much. Well done. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And was there anything else specific in the scene that you saw that he's trying to get done in this moment? What does he want from this book? Someone said book a holiday. Pasha again. And then gentleman over here with his hand up. So yes, one thing, he's trying to book a holiday. Yeah, he's trying to book a holiday. He wants to be independent. Sorry, excuse me.
It's not fit. Hello? Thank you. It's not fair, really, what the care worker did. Because although a shift was finishing, she could have said, well, I'll tell you what, my shift is finishing. I'll stay on an extra 5 minutes. Or my shift is finishing. How about we try and wait a plan? Or it could have been planned better for somebody else afterwards, who's coming in afterwards, to help them. If that person, say he has a phone call off their husband or whatever, the carer, to say their son was ill in hospital, taken ill in hospital, then they had to finish at that time. That's fair enough. But then why should your personal life shouldn't affect your work life? So if that person then can go off, and then the next person who comes in, they should plan it a bit better. The manager and that, plan it a bit better. So then they say, well, I'll tell you what, we won't do it today because there's been an emergency in somebody's personal life, but I tell you what we'll do is we'll do it the next day, definitely.
Great. So there's a communication issue as well between shifts. Well recognised. Thank you. So just to reel it back once more. So the character of Charlie, he wants to book a holiday. He wants to feel independent. He wants to be independent. What does he need to happen for that to be possible? What does he need to happen? I'm just going to go to this gentleman here who's got his hand up. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
I just want to say I understand where he's coming from. I think it's really, really amazing what you guys have done with hijinks. Wish you all the best for the future.
That's
Good
very
job.
kind. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So what does Charlie need to happen here to be able to get what he wants from this scene, from this situation? Couple of hands back here. Sorry, Mike, you're putting in the steps today. Thank you. Just there in the black. Just to yeah, fab.
I think he needs help, some more support from his support worker, and I do agree with him for the support worker to support him how to book a holiday, and I think you've done really well. Well done.
Thank you. Excellent comment. Thank you very much. So at one point, let's talk about Alex for a second. She says the line, "That's not really my job." Yeah. What is her job? Can someone help to explain that to us as a room? I'm just going to go to hands for a second. The lady at the back there had her hand up earlier, so I'll go all the way at the back there, Michael, in the grey.
I've got more of a question for Alex. What does support mean to you and why?
Well, if you could help us, so if you can give us that answer to that question, that would be really useful.
So I think good support is good communication, and I also reckon you can be sat there helping. Sorry, I forgot your name. Charlie, thank you.
Yes, great.
Helping Charlie, and at the end of the day, your support matters more to that person than yourself. So, and I think as well, you need to rethink of what decision's best, because if you're thinking that, that's not the right job you're in.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So her job is to help Charlie, yeah, in whatever he needs. Thank you very much. Sorry, gentleman here, and then I'll just move it on after that. Yep. Yes. Mike's just on the wave to you. One sec. Mike's here with the mic.
So I was going to say that the good support is that you need to support that person with whatever you want. And I noticed that he was having trouble with his bank details to book a holiday. So that was the main support that he needed, was to get the right password for his bank to book his holiday. And that's what he really wants, is to book his holiday. And there's nothing wrong with Tenby, because I live in Tenby. And I think it's a wonderful place. So there's nothing wrong with Tenby. So go for it, boy.
Thank you for pointing that out, especially the bit about Tenby. Yes, brilliant. So I've lost the train of thought now after thinking about worrying about annoying people in Tenby. What we're going to do now is we're going to reel back to the start of the scene. There's loads of lovely ideas here. I think we know, what needs to happen here with the support worker. Their job is to help Charlie, yeah, to help him gain more independence, to help him with the things that he may need help with at this stage, as he's kind of learning to gain more independence as well. I think we agree on that. Now, it would be very easy to just take Alex, get rid of Alex, and put in a place the perfect support worker to help Charlie here. But in reality, often the world isn't like that. Yeah, we have to work with what's in front of us. Sometimes we have to deal with situations and people that maybe aren't being very helpful for us. So this session is about learning what Charlie can do for himself to help get what he wants from Alex. Yeah? So we're going to roll it back to the beginning of the scene. When we get to a point when you think Charlie could say or do something differently, which will change what he's getting from Alex, to help get a better result from him, from Alex's support, then you're going to put your hand up and say, stop. Can we all have a practice of that? Everyone together? 1, 2, 3. Stop! Let's do it once more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stop! Brilliant. So nice and loud so I can hear you, and then I will stop the scene. We'll have a little chat and see what your idea is for Charlie to help him get what he wants, to feel more independent, to book this holiday and get to Tenby. Okay? Great.
Oh, what a day. What's up with you?
Oh, well, I'm trying to book a holiday.
Holiday?
But yeah, but it's not working.
Well, where do you want to go?
Tenby.
Tenby? It's not very exciting, is it?
Someone said stop, who said stop?
Let's, maybe, I think this oh, did you spot someone? I thought this chap may be loudest over here.
Louder.
So do you have, what do you think, a suggestion for Charlie that he could say here? Yeah.
Well, I think he'll be best if, well, the support worker does, like, well, if the support worker just spoke to, like, Charlie, like, a bit more nicely and tell him or ask him what's wrong, and maybe Charlie can just, well, discuss about it instead of panicking all the time, and maybe, and when he panics, the anxiety level rises and it makes it really bad.
Sure, okay. Yeah, and it's a really hard thing to do, actually, isn't it? Well done. Sorry, what was your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Would you like to try that out? Is that okay? Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for Daniel? Thank you.
You want to kind of come up here? Yeah. Ah, there we are.
Daniel, I'm going to give you my mic, okay, if that's helpful. I'd like to take a seat. So you are Charlie now, okay?
I've never been on stage before.
Have you?
well.
You're a natural, I can tell. So if you're grab a seat. We'll start from the beginning of the scene, and you're just going to try out your idea, and I'll keep it running until I say stop. So as an audience, you're not going to stop this for Daniel now. We're just going to let him play out the scene, and then we're ready. When I think we're ready, I'll stop it. And we'll have a chat about how it went. Okay? Good luck.
Oh, what a day. What's up with you?
I'm trying to book a holiday, but I don't know how to book a holiday because, well, I can't even get into my phone, and it really started to stress me out.
Well, you've probably just forgotten your passwords. You need to keep better track of them, yeah? Write them down. It's not hard.
Good. Okay. Very good. What Daniel did really well here, just observing, you were right. You were very calm. You were very clear in explaining what the issue was for you. And I think there was some progress, yeah? Do we agree? There was a little bit of progress. We saw the opening of the conversation felt very different. Yeah. Well done. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Gareth. I'm going to take your seat again.
Okay.
So we're going to move it on a little bit. So we're going to jump to, you'll need to call your bank to get them to reset it.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, if you see a moment when Charlie could say or do something differently to get what he wants, in this case, we've moved on to the section about passwords, accessing the bank account, so he can book this holiday himself. I'd like you to put your hand up and say stop. Thank you.
Well, you need to call the bank. Yeah, get them to reset it.
Oh, no, I don't like talking to the bank.
Oh, come on.
So quick. Pasha, yes. So why did you stop it here, Pasha?
The reason why I stopped it there is that that I can tell the character Charlie was struggling, and I can tell that not everyone is actually ready to talk. I mean, in my perspective, I believe that he should. I think the support worker is that I can tell by the at the moment I can tell that he was really nervous, but I believe that it should be encouraging him to, if he doesn't feel if he doesn't feel like he wants to talk, can always have someone advocating for him.
That's a really good point. Thank you. Yes. Good. So again, Pasha, I think there's a number of really good points here. So we know that the character Charlie, he doesn't like to speak on the phone, yeah? You said it makes him nervous, yeah? So I think there's something there in whether we think there's something Charlie could do here to which would mean that he gets better support from Alex. But then you also made the point about someone to advocate for him. So in Charlie's case, who do you think that could be?
That could be his support worker trying to advocate for him and say that he's not very shy. No, he is shy, but so I think he was very shy at the moment. I think maybe his support worker could maybe advocate for him and say that, sorry, he's not ready to talk, but it'd be important for his support worker to advocate for him and say that this is what he wants, and for him to be able to be more independent as possible.
Yeah. So on the phone to the bank, that's what she should be saying.
Yeah.
Is that, yes,
For
yes.
him, yeah.
Yeah. Great. Would you mind coming up and trying that out with as Gareth to see if we can get to that point with the support worker here? Round of applause for Pasha. Thank you.
Hi, Pasha. Are you okay? Yeah? Okay.
So we'll take it from that same
You lead from
point,
the back.
Krishan. Yeah.
Right.
If you hold it quite close and then you'll...
Hello.
Right. Well, you need to phone the bank, yeah? Get them to reset it.
Excuse me. Sorry. I would appreciate if you could maybe help me, but maybe you should help me, but make a decision how to speak to the bank and what can I say and what can I get to them.
Okay, you are right. I definitely will help you. Do you want me to phone and we can maybe do it together?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Maybe do a Teams call.
I don't think I know my password.
Well done. Wow.
Well done.
Okay.
Amazing.
So did we see some progress here? Did we see some progress? Yes, we did. Yeah, she was really forced. Well, she was really challenged actually, and forced to kind of, I think, realise. Oh yeah, this is what I'm meant to be doing. This is my job. So thank you. Round of applause for Pasha. Thank you very much. Okay. So, unfortunately, we've come to the end. We've run out of time. I feel like we could go for another hour on this easily with all your brilliant contributions. Do you want to join us here? We've been Hijinks Theatre. Yeah, I mean, this is just a kind of a way for you to kind of a piece that you can continue in conversations this afternoon as well. I know you have workshops and other sessions to go into, but I hope it's been useful in terms of provoking thoughts around what good support looks like, and how individuals in supported living can kind of maybe challenge sometimes when the support isn't helping them in that moment for whatever reasons, and it can be for all sorts of reasons. Thank you. Just a quick plug on a couple of things. Hijinks, I'm staring at Simon. He's like, get off! That we've got going on. But our community show, Odyssey Theatre, is performing in at Wales Millennium Centre next week. They're on from the 20th to the 23rd. So if you're in Cardiff and have time, please come down and support that. We'll also be touring our show Meet Fred next year on its 10th anniversary tour. It'll be going across Wales to venues, Sherman, Furness, Clwyd in the north, and Bangor, in Pontio in Bangor. So please support it. Come and support your local venues. It's really tough out there for theatre at the moment, and for venues, especially in theatre production companies. If you don't support your local theatre, they won't be there anymore. So we have to go and support it just to make sure that those places continue to exist. Thanks to Learning Disability Wales again for inviting us to the conference. It's always a huge pleasure for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry. Can you take this to... Cheers. Thanks to all from my audience, Ben, I gotta go back to the names, Ben, Gresham and Gav. We are now joined by Rebecca Goodhart from Cyntaf McGarreg, thank God, Partnership Board, as well as Tom Baldwin and Pauline Carter from Cyntaf People First, and Lisa French and Mark Richards from Innovate Trust.
Hello. Right, we're just getting some seats. 1 second. Thank you. Oh, brilliant. Sorry, we're just setting up. Talk among yourselves for a minute. Anyone know any jokes?
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Hello, everyone. So we're going to talk to you about a project we've been working on. But first of all, we're just going to do some introductions. So I'm Rebecca.
I'm Mark.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Pauline.
Just before we start, we do have a special announcement to make. So it is actually Tom's birthday today. So we've got a special friend who is actually offered to help us sing Happy Birthday to Tom. So, ready? 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much. I was in a workshop with this lady earlier and I just thought she was amazing. So obviously we've got to do it. Okay, so now to the important, probably less important points. But so we're just going to talk to you about a booklet that we've made. So I'll just introduce what the Cyntaf McGarreg Regional Partnership is. So we bring together people from across different backgrounds. So it might be professionals, it might be people with learning disabilities, it might be people who are parents and carers, and we all kind of come together to make things better. And the idea behind is that we fund projects. So we fund projects through something called the Regional Integration Fund that you may have heard of, and the capital programs as well. But we also bring people together to look at how we can we develop projects, and then we look at how we can expand those across the region as well. So we've created a booklet which we've actually named My Dream Home. And the booklet was created to help people choose where they'd like to live in the future and the types of things they'd like to know. So it's actually developed by people with learning disabilities and parents and carers. And the name My Dream Home was actually chosen by people with learning disabilities. And the idea is that any home can be special. A home becomes a dream home when we can choose how it looks and how it feels. And this helps to make a home feel our own. So it's an information booklet, but we wanted to talk about it from the perspective of changing people's perceptions of what it means to live on your own. We know that parents and carers and people with learning disabilities sometimes feel a bit worried about moving into their own accommodation. So the idea behind the project was to create something that would help to dispel some myths and help people feel excited, but most importantly, feel informed about the idea of moving into their own home. And obviously it links in with our regional aim as a regional partnership as well, which is to make sure that people with learning disabilities have better accommodation options. Did it flick? It's not flicking. For some reason it's not. Oh, sorry, do you mind just, I don't know why it's not flicking, sorry. Technical difficulties. Yes, technical thank you. So we went on a bit of a journey with the booklet. So it's taken about over a year to get to this point, I would say. So first of all, we wanted to think about the purpose of the booklet. We knew people with learning disabilities wanted more choice about what options are out there, but we didn't know what we were going to make. We didn't know it was going to be a booklet. We had to bring people together. So first of all, we discussed what is the aim of our work, and then if we want to do a booklet, who is it for? And why is it important? So it was really important that we asked those questions right from the beginning. Then, when we were developing the booklet, we wanted to know who needs to be involved, what do we need to consider, and what information must we include. And then secondly, we wanted to test it in the community. So we wanted to know kind of how people found it. So throughout the process, we developed the booklet, and it was written with Mark and Tom and Kay, who's in the room as well, and professionals. Yeah. And then we wanted to test it to see actually if it worked. So the booklet that we've made isn't actually the version that went out originally. We sent out a draft booklet and tested it, and then people fed back how they felt about it, didn't they? And then we changed some of the words. So everything was really carefully thought about. So we do actually have an example of the booklet, but if I'd had my computer in front of me, I would have pressed a button, but I'm hoping this person might do it for us. So you should be able to flick through it. I think there's an option at the bottom right where you can flick through it. So if you just click through it, so you can start to see what it kind of looks like. We won't go through every page, but if you could just click through a couple of the pages. So we've got a This Is Me section, which we thought was really, really important, because we wanted people to be able to say kind of what matters to them when they go and have conversations with their social worker, or when they have conversations with their family about what matters. So we chose the pictures, and we chose the questions together, didn't we, to make sure they worked for people with learning disabilities. If you click through to the next bit. So that's the same kind of section. Then we did a timeline. So the timeline was really important because some of the feedback was that people told us that they don't actually know what happens. So they might think, I want to move into my own house, but they don't actually know what that process involves. And what was really important to us is that we wanted to make sure that people were aware that the timeline changes for every single person as well. So some people, it might take them a bit longer than other people to find a home, but we wanted everybody to be able to understand what happens in the process. So this took quite a long time, didn't it, to develop this timeline? Yeah. So if you flick through to a couple of, so we have a section on the types of homes as well, and we have lots of stories in the booklet as well. So if you want to flick through a little bit quickly, because we won't go through the whole thing, but you can kind of see we chose lots of different types of homes. And then we also had this bit as well, where we asked people to talk about what type of home they want to live in too, which is also really, really important. So when they go and speak with their social worker, or when they speak with their family members, they can talk about that too. Yeah, and then we've got more conversations. So we'd want to talk about having conversations, what advocacy means, what social services means, because again, lots of people weren't aware really on what social services are there to do. So we wanted to show that, and we wanted to show the different types of options as well. So you can live on your own, you can live with others. So if you want to go next. And then what happens then when you move in as well. So we wanted people to be aware of that. And then at the back, we've got a directory. So we've got and a Q&A too. So hopefully, we're hoping it will help to dispel some of these myths and help people to feel more informed all the way through. So the booklet is available as a physical copy, but it's also available as a flip book, and it's available as a PDF, so people can download it and print it off too. So thank you so much for doing that for us. If you go into the next slide. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to Tom and Mark about what it meant for them to be involved in this process. So we've got a couple of questions that we're going to ask. So we're just going to move to the first question, which is on the next slide. Yeah, so we're going to start with Mark. So Mark, why is it important for you to have this booklet?
It was important for me to make a booklet be made because when I was looking for my new home, we didn't have the right information.
And Tom, why was it important for you to have the booklet?
I like the booklet is great. It will help people have the information that I didn't have when I moved out of this. This would have been a great help to me and my family.
And how did we make sure, Tom, that the right people were in the group when we started the project?
It took some time to get the right people who needed around the table, but we got there in the end.
And Mark, why was it important for you that the right people were in the group?
It was important for people to have the right experiences so they can get the right information when we are meeting different people and a few different things.
And why do you think it's important to make sure people from different bits of the process are involved? So, Mark, to Tom, to you first.
Different professionals have different information that they can bring to the table as they have worked for the organization for the long.
And Mark, you as well?
We're meeting different people, so we can have the right experiences, so we can get more information. We're meeting different people, know different things.
And why was it important that people with lived experience were included from the beginning, Mark?
It was very important so we could share our own experiences with each other people, so we could help them make the right choices for them.
And Tom?
Professionals think they know what we need and what, but we are the ones that know we have the information, lived experience.
And what was your experience, Mark, of moving house that you wanted to share with other people?
It can be very difficult to find the right place to move, into finding somewhere you like to live and finding everything that you need in the area.
Tom as well?
was hard work as the information they in need wasn't available to me, and that I have to rely on my social worker to help me to make a decision.
And what is the best thing about where you live, Mark? What is the best thing about where you live?
There's lots of takeaways, Taco Bell, Indian, restaurants, local shops to spend money, Rachel. Like Vindaloo Curry. That is why I'm called Hot Stuff.
Tom,
Yeah.
what's the best thing about where you live?
Living in Treorchy give me access to shops, pubs, and the public transport is reliable.
There's Mark outside his house. So, Mark, how did we develop the booklet together?
We talked about what it wanted in the booklet, and then later on we discussed our language on the booklet to make sure it was plain, simple, and easy to understand.
What did you enjoy most about creating the booklet, Tom?
I enjoyed making the booklet as they think it will help lots of people make the right decisions on their life and where they want to live.
And what about you, Mark? When we finished writing the booklet, what did we do, Mark, to check that it was okay?
We met up and checked the language again to make check, so there was no hard words. Me and Tom practiced filling out the booklet together to make sure it works.
And what about you, Tom?
We took it to our group meetings with our members to discuss what they thought. They were all agreed that it was a great idea. We also discussed the language in the booklet and make a few changes along the way.
Great, brilliant. And what would you say to somebody who would like to be involved in a project like this, Mark?
To join, because then they can help other people as we have helped, and what you have to say is important too.
And what about you, Tom?
People need to know that their voices can be heard. Some people don't realize they have the right to stand up for themselves and have input into services they access.
Brilliant. Thank you so much to Mark and Tom for that. Hopefully those messages, you all agreed with a lot of the messages that were coming out of that. So I think now we've got a film to show you with a special person in it. So we might need to, Mark, you might need to, just because you're in the film, we might need to yeah. So we're just going to play the film now. So this is Mark's story.
We've obviously 24-hour support. My room is my bedroom. Hello, welcome to my room. You'll come in. This is my room. We are decorated by Pinkham Decorator to do it. I designed it all myself, picked the colours, the paint and the wallpaper. In this room I feel like relaxed and safe, where I can chill and stuff. I like to live independently because I try to get more independence. Before staff used to help me quite a lot with stuff, but I do mostly now on my own. I get to decide what I do each day. We use a planner to focus on what we do in our day. Up to anyone? Some of the things I like to do is home baking, super quiet on Monday, Tuesdays kickboxing, Wednesdays shiny happy people, Saturdays I play football, and Sundays church. Busy life, yeah. I like them dress smart, bright colours, wearing a pride hat under the bed, yeah. Also like all of the takeaways, especially the Indian, because I have a vindaloo curry.
Well, what's your nickname, Mark? Do you remember you told us what your nickname is?
Hot stuff. Very proud to be part of the reading partnership. We just finished the book. It's for people who go from school into college and maybe to move out to parents out into their own house to be more independent for their future. It's really important, like a sportive person, to give their experiences to other people. And goodbye.
Thank you.
I'm Mark Richard.
Thank you very much. That's it from us. But yeah, the booklets, like I said, a lot of the booklets have gone now. They were on Drive's desk, but they've all gone. But we'll send a PDF version to Learning Disability Wales, and everyone can download them then. Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to Tom and Mark. I forgot the name. And that's the first time I've seen Lisa sit down and say nothing. And she got paid for it. Well done. There you go. And winning manager of the year for absolutely doing nothing. We have our second workshop. I love Monday morning, not of the day now, for your workshop choices are in your delicate pack. Once again, staff in the red t-shirts at the back or right next to me on the left are here to help you find your way to the next workshop. Welcome back from your workshops. We are now joined by Prob, who are going to talk about really involving people in where they make homes.
Want to sit down? Okay, standing.
I'm all right.
You sure? Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, we're from Pobble. We're here to share the story of these few beautiful ladies standing on stage with me. It's a very empowering story about basically having complete choice and control about where they want to live.
Yeah.
This day has been, wait a minute, very empowering. And it's basically been mapping out to this moment, to be honest, and you'll understand when they share their video with you in a wee minute what the importance of getting to choose where you live, what that means to them, and the difference that it can really make.
And also that we wanted to do this for everybody. I hope you enjoyed the film. Thank you very much.
before we show the film, I just want to pull out a few pointers from what other people have said today, really. This is all about co-producing where I live. The story of these individuals, give you a little bit of a history. So some of you have lived in the same house together for almost 30 years before this move. So as you can appreciate, it's been a really big change for them. It's been exciting, but it's been quite scary and quite daunting along the way, hasn't it? There's been a few lumps and bumps and upsets.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a powerful journey for them. But a lot of what's come through today really sums up what this means. So having, someone said something, having voice and control is critical. It absolutely is. Also, that people should have the choice throughout their whole life. I think a lot of what happens is people are placed in homes many years ago, not really given the voice about where they want to be, who they want to be with, what the environment looks like. And for years, these individuals have been saying, actually, this isn't right for us, this is not the right fit for us, the building doesn't work for us, we want to be somewhere else. And it's been a complete and utter privilege to be able to be part of the journey with them and support them to get to this point. So we, like Karen said, we do really hope that you enjoy their story. Okay, go and sit down. Okay, you want to say anything?
Come here, Fee. Thank you very much. Everything. My words.
It's okay, take your time.
Thank you very much. I want to say something.
The house.
Thank you everybody for doing this.
Thank you.
Riverdale is a supported living service in Monmouthshire, Abergavenny, that currently supports 4 individuals that live here. Pobl have had the building for over 20 years now. With that comes lots of little nooks and crannies, a lot that are not really easily accessible for the individuals that live here. It doesn't have easy access because you have to walk up several steps to get to the property as well. It's been deemed that it's not fit for purpose for the needs of the individuals anymore. It was thought that we should look at other options for the individuals living here, and that's how we came to looking at the property we purchased in Jasper Tudor Crescent. You've advocated for this for a long time, haven't you?
I've been here a very long time.
Yeah, and this is really important for you. So it's a really massive step, isn't it?
Yeah.
So here we are at Jasper Tudor Crescent in Lamfoist in Abergavenny. So this is the service that we've bought for the individuals from Riverdale. So Pobl bought this house just over a year ago now, so it's been work in the making. It was a 6-bed house. The new property in Jasper Tudor Crescent was purchased on the premise that we would be doing work to bring it into upkeep in the needs of the individuals and what adaptations would need to be made for the service. All the rooms are being developed so they'll have ensuite facilities, which is going to be, in their own words, a game changer for the individuals.
Well, when we started here, we had to strip everything out from here. Cost effective, it was quicker to take it all down and start again.
There's lots of work in progress at the moment. So this space here was a little study area. This is going to be the first of our bedrooms for one of the individuals that currently lives in Riverdale. And when it's done, this will then be the living area. So it will be smaller in size. What they've also done is levelled out the garden. So they've put a patio space out here so the individuals can come straight off the street. They currently don't really have any space outside that they can use. So this is going to be a dining garden area that they can utilise all together. So here we are, coming up onto the first floor now. So this space is going to have 3 bedrooms plus a quiet area for the individuals if they need. So this is the ensuite here, marked out for the 3rd bedroom. There's actually going to be a bath going in here because the needs of the individual. She loves to have a bath, so we asked them the options before they moved in. We started off in the mindset that this had to be about the individuals and what they wanted and needed. That's been everything from the layout of the rooms, the design of them, the size of them, flooring, what sort of colours that they want in their bedroom. Okay, what sort of colour do you want in your bedroom?
I fancy that colour.
You fancy those two colours together, do you? And are you going to have the same colour all through your bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're on the top floor. I think this is my favourite one of all, to be perfectly honest. So this is bedroom number 5. The individual in this room has actually picked to go for white, so with all the colours in the rainbow, that's been her choice. So your bedroom is almost ready. So do you want to have a look? So this is going to be your bedroom. So you can see here, so there's a window by there.
Yeah, I can see it, yes.
And then there's going to be another window by there. This is going to be your ensuite. It needs a bit of a clean because it's a bit dusty because they've been plastering. So that's why we were asking you to pick your colour choices.
Yes.
Because your room is going to be decorated in a couple of weeks and it'll be ready. What do you think? Gosh, cut the camera.
I won't do it. No, I won't do it without you. You know that.
The moment they walked in the door for the first time, the looks on their face of sheer joy and admiration, you can't take that away. They just have so many options available to them that they didn't have before.
Wow! Look at that window. Oh, I love this colour. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, my own bath. Here we are, Fee. Much better in Riverdale, isn't it?
Is it? Did we get the right purple?
Yeah. Oh, my word.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Wow. This is fantastic. Oh, we see the mountain. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
A home is a place where you put your stamp on it, where you feel comfortable, where you feel secure and safe. It's about empowering them to make their own choices and decisions and empowering them to speak up when they're not happy about what that looks like.
Do you think you'll be happy here?
Yes. In my bed, we'll go that way.
Yeah, if you want it to.
Come and see my room, Kate. Come on, Fee. So I've got my shower in there. I've got a bathing line. Yeah. Wow. Around to put my...
It means a lot. Everybody's happy, excited to see it all, and they're all happy. They've all thanked us. So it's good to have that feedback.
Gone are the days where we're just putting individuals into properties. We've moved them into a space that is theirs, a space that they wanted, and a space that they love.
Smile. New moon.
It feels really special to see them live in and celebrating with their family and friends here today. It's been obviously a long time in the making, getting all the funding in place to make this happen.
So our journey from Riverdale from here is nice. We've got nice neighbours, we've got more space, and it's fantastic. I like it here very much.
My favourite part of my room, I got more space. I like the colours. I like it so much.
It's lovely. It is more room and stuff.
Are you happy living here?
Yeah, lovely.
I'm the father of Fiona Harmer, and now that they've moved to this place, well, it's just outstanding. She's very, very happy, and that's all we've ever wanted for her.
I hope this shows the art of the possible, really. I think it's really important to know and see what good looks like. And what we're trying to do here, as we do within all our supported living services, is provide a home for life. You know, this offers a long-term tenure for individuals so they can live here for as long as they desire.
The environments that reflect who we are, the photos that matter to us, the little ornaments that matter to us, and it was just so important to create that here for them.
The plan of Jasper Tudor and the way that it was executed is the way forward, it's the future. including the individuals from the get-go, setting a flagship up for something that should be opening the way for the future. We're there to provide them with a degree of support, but they're there to tell us what matters and what's going to make this building a home for them for life.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful video. I just wanted to remind everybody that the State of the Nation survey that MenCap is running at the moment finishes tomorrow. And so there's the last chance for people with a learning disability, family carers, to talk about their experiences of life at the moment. And the survey will have a report that will be launched on the 3rd of December in Cardiff. So please, if you haven't yet filled in the survey, and there's been a great response so far, but if you haven't filled that in, or you know someone that you work with who you think, oh, that would be great for them to fill in, please have a look this evening before it closes tomorrow. Thank you.
Steve, are you? Thanks for that, Zoe, thanks for the radio there, Pop. Right, now I'm going to say this quite slowly, as I not normally do, because it's quite delicate. Not the prison. Professor Stuart Todd from University South.
Okay. So Stuart from University of South Wales is going to talk to us about a piece of research that's happening at the moment. And the presentation includes talks about death and dying. So it's really important that people could be upset by this. So with that, we're letting you know now that if you wanted to step out of the room for 5 or 10 minutes while Stuart is talking, please do that and come back in for the end. Okay. Thanks very much, Stuart. Could you come to the stage? Okay, well done.
I'll give people a few seconds to leave if they wish to leave. Okay, yes. This is a sad topic. I've only got a short time, so I'm going to do something really quick, which is this is an appeal. I'm not appealing for money. I'm appealing for your interest in what I think is a very important topic. I'm appealing for your help in doing this study. Maybe to help us actually to find people to take part, or maybe somebody here thinks I'd like to take part. And it's a sad topic, and it follows in an odd way the video, the very uplifting video we've just seen, which is it's about choices. And if we talk about a home for life, there's a kind of end to that process. And what choices do people have then? So I'm here to talk about something called the READY study. And I do hope someone will follow me and be a bit more uplifting. The READY study is funded by Marie Curie, and that's a really important step. For people like me who've been working in this area, sometimes I do get a bit distressed. Sometimes I wish I could leave the room too, but I've been working in this area for maybe 15 years. And this is the first time that Marie Curie have funded a study that looks at the end-of-life care needs of adults with learning disabilities and about choices that people have. And really what's important to us is having the time to make those choices. Because what we have found is that quite often people don't have the time. It's not recognised that someone might be coming to the end of their life, and so people don't get involved in decisions or discussions. And if we talk about a home for life, does that mean up to the end of life as well? Should people have the right to die in the place in which they live? So this part of the study we're about to do, what we need, and it's difficult, because people do want to leave the room. What we need to find are people who are interested in the study, just to be updated about what we're finding. We also need people to help us find people to take part in the study, and we need people to take part in the study. And what we're after are experiences. We're after the experiences of bereaved relatives of people with learning disabilities. And that's a very hard thing for us to find. It's a hard thing for us to find because people become disconnected after someone has died. Or people find it uncomfortable to approach someone in that situation and say, would you like to take part? But what I've heard from the people I have spoken to is that they feel talking with myself or a member of my team is uplifting. It is an opportunity to sit down and talk about one of the most significant things that has happened here. And people say at the end that they feel that was a positive thing. Someone has listened, and that's all we do. We only listen. We don't have many questions. We just listen to those experiences. We also need the people who work in services, people, many learning disability service providers, are the people who are providing a great deal of care at the end of the life. And we need to hear from the experiences of people who are working in services as well. The study is co-produced. It's co-produced with people with learning disabilities, people who work in services, and family members. It's a Marie Curie study. It's an opportunity for us to make a difference, I think. It's a real breakthrough to have an organisation like Marie Curie behind us. We've got organisations like Learning Disability Wales supporting the study and the forum as well. So it's a fantastic opportunity, but we need people to step forward into what seems to be a difficult thing to do, which is to talk about someone's death. And I think anyone who's ever had a significant bereavement knows how important it is to have an opportunity to talk about what that was like in their own words and in their own way. So if you think you can help, I have some leaflets here. You can pick up a leaflet. You can say, I'm interested. Keep me and let me know how the study is going. I can maybe help you find someone, or I think I would like to take part myself. It'd be great if you could. We want good representation in Wales, the studies in Wales and England, and we want to make sure that the experiences of people in Wales are also part of our study. So thank you. I hope that was under 5 minutes. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know where you're going. Thank you, Zoe, for doing that. And thank you, Stuart. What can there be more? Yeah, as I said, thank you, Stuart. A big thank you to all of the speakers and workshops leaders today. We also want to thank all our sponsors today. Wills and West Housing, premier sponsors, Bob and Lowe's Not Is She, First Choice Housing. Not in, mate. Please complete your feedback forms and put them in the box on the table as you leave today. We wish you... Oh, you got to do clues from Mark, haven't you? Yeah.
The one person that we haven't thanked yet for today is our wonderful chair, Richard. I gave him his full title then, not Richie. We've got a little gift for you, Richie, to say thank you.
Well, thank you.
Okay. We're going to show the Gig Buddies film that we weren't able to show earlier on. Richie's going to sneak out because he gets really emotional in a good way about this film. So he's going to sneak out. We're going to show the film and wish you a safe journey home. We've had a wonderful day, a room packed full of people who are really interested in making a change in Wales. So thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for enjoying yourselves and exploring some of the topics that are really important to you and the networking. So I will leave you with the film. Safe journey home.
Hi,
Thank you
I'm
very
Richie.
much.
I'm a first choice tenant. I go to Gig Buddies. What's important for me with Gig Buddies is the social aspect of going out to different places with my gig buddy. And back last year I went to 73 gigs in 1 year, which is a big shock for me. And I went to 2,000 trees for the very first time. And I'd just like to say thank you to the First Choice for funding Gig Buddies for all over so many years. So thank you very much.